If I told you could see 20 movies in theaters for about $1 a movie, would you do it? This year, AMC did just that, and it increased their price in terms of their top-tier subscription, A-List, so that you could see up to 4 movies every week for $26 a month. And this upgrade has been haunting me. I already proved that the original offer was a questionable financial decision on their end, so why supply a 33% increase in movie for only a 4% price bump? You could have been like every other sensible company and just increased the price while giving us nothing. Why go through the show of materially improving the subscription? Do 4 new movies even come out a week? But what if the key currency here isn't the money, but the time? You know, I may be getting sublime bang for my buck on paper, but for every scene I sit through in one of your theaters, you get to set up shop inside my head that much more. You see, there's no normal adult way to see 4 new movies every single week. You have to become that guy who sacrifices most hobbies and social gatherings just to sit through a movie your normal friends wouldn't even stream if it was the only movie available. You have to obsess about showtimes and formats for every movie released in any given month. And you have to first ironically and then unironically dedicate your whole persona to being someone plugged into modern Hollywood full time. And that guy is usually so annoying, and now I have to literally be him. Because what if I'm wrong, right? Like, what if all this emphasis on movie going connects me to the current moment in a way I could have never imagined? What if this is really the end for movie theaters as we know them, and missing this experience while it's here would be my greatest regret? What if 4 new movies actually do? For 1 month, I want to pinpoint what 4 movie theater trips a week truly does to your schedule and your spirit as a normal adult. No repeats, no kids movies, just pure, unadulterated, absolute cinema. And that, of course, starts with booking my first ticket. I genuinely have no idea what's really coming out this month besides Weapons, The Naked Gun, and I think Fantastic Four is already out, but otherwise I have no clue. What are we doing tomorrow? Sorry, baby, with 11:30. I can't do 11:30 in the morning. I work. I'm an adult. I'm not seeing Jurassic World. I'm putting my foot down. Why is Sunset Boulevard excluded from A-List? Is it a Fathom event? I don't understand. What's the deal with Fathom? Can I do a filter of like filter by excluded from A-List? No. This is going to be a long month of planning. It took a little over 40 minutes to lock in my first full week of new A-List, since this interface is not set up for batch planning in the slightest. But with my reservations and my heart both full to the brim, I was only one trip to Plainville away from embarking on the journey of a month's time. All right, so it's day 1. I've officially arrived at AMC Plainville to see Together. I know nothing about this movie besides their lips are one. But if I only saw movies that I knew something about, I'd probably solely ingest brain rot shorts like the rest of you. And those don't typically come with steamy relationship horror. Enough talking though. American multi-cinema, take the reins. All right, well that was an interesting entry for the first movie. As a married man, I often say that my wife is a part of me, but now I'll never say that again. I'm glad I went in with no expectation. I'm sure if I'd seen a trailer, I probably would have avoided this, but it was still worth a watch, just to say that I saw it. Today is Saturday, August 2nd, also known as day 2 of 20. I'll be 10% complete after today. Now, the movie we're going to see is Fantastic Four. I don't give a single shit about the rehab campaign that's going on for the original Fantastic Four movies. They're dog shit. I'm honestly trying to knock out some of the movies that I most likely wouldn't have seen if not for this challenge. I'm trying to get them all out of the way early. Plainville, you treated me well yesterday. Here's hoping for more of the same today. This is actually Mary Lou's first Dolby movie, so we'll have to get an accurate review of what she thinks of the theater experience, not the movie.
That was the dumbest movie I've ever seen.
What did you think of the theater?
Love the theater.
I didn't expect you to like the movie.
You didn't, and you brought me anyway?
I like the art design. So far the movie going has been pretty easy. I feel like these next 2 movies are gonna breeze by, but then I feel like once I have to do this again, starting the following Friday, especially when I have actual plans coming up for the remainder of the month, it's gonna start to eat away at me. But for now, I'm just enjoying the ride. Shouldn't have said that. The movie gods decided to assess just how badly I wanted to see this next movie by giving me a nice flat tire just a few hours before I had to head to the theater. But I'm no quitter. Well, at least not this early. Thankfully, we're back. The car is currently being treated for its nasty little boo-boo, and we will still be seeing The Naked Gun, which I'm actually kind of excited for. In preparation for this, I watched all 3 of them. I had never seen them before. I also had never seen Airplane. I didn't know much about Zucker Abrams Zucker. Honestly, if there are like 3 or 4 good jokes, I'll be pretty content. I was not anticipating this going in, but This was easily the best of the 3 movies I've seen so far. If I was not doing this challenge, I probably would have delayed watching the original Naked Gun trilogy, and then I wouldn't have seen this and probably would not have watched it on streaming. So this is one of those things where by forcing myself to go to the theater, I ended up getting a movie that I think I actually enjoyed. Tomorrow's my first workday screening. We're gonna see what it's like to commute an hour each way and then try to get a little bit of normal human life in. And since that wasn't hard enough, I figured I'd up the difficulty by introducing a staple of A-List, Screen Unseen. When you book your ticket to these showtimes, you won't find out what the movie is until it starts playing. And as you can imagine, they're extremely hit or miss. I am at Sono 8, a theater that I do not like. Does not look good. Screen is always dark, and you have to pay for parking, which is ass. You know, Screen Unseen is kind of a risky play on a Monday evening. I mean, I'm just hoping it's a good movie. I don't really care what it is. As long as I walk out of here in 2 hours feeling like I had a good time, that's going to be a success to me. I think I have to stop going to Screen Unseen. It's probably a good thing that I had to see a movie that I was going to skip, because now this opens up a slot for maybe something I actually want to see. And for the first time in the last 2 months of movie going, I actually didn't see a trailer for Caught Stealing, which is like the greatest thing I could ask for. I'm so tired of hearing, should I stay or should I go now? It's important to note that a self-imposed rule of this month was sitting through every trailer for every movie. This cute idea added an average of 26 minutes to every showtime, which often felt like 40 since I saw the same trailers in Google Pixel ad repeatedly. So let me go ahead and add in the times for the trailers for this week and the movie too. Oh, would you look at that? It's been a full work day already. What did you get me into? I think it's only up from here. This is kind of the Liam Neeson cam in Naked Gun when he's about to shit himself and then he desk pops in Mendocino Farms. It's such a good movie. This is the only movie all month that I'm actually genuinely looking forward to. Going to see Weapons. I'm gonna put my money on the line now. I will be shocked if I am not thoroughly entertained by this movie. Now for week 2, I did something really unorthodox that is gonna make my life worse, but I didn't book a weekend movie. I got plans on Saturday and there was nothing new screening on Sunday. So I just decided to rip it and do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I feel like that Wednesday movie, which is also 30 minutes away, is gonna be brutal. I feel so ridiculous complaining about this because it's like, oh, it's so hard to sit down and look at a screen. But as I was booking today is when it really started to dawn on me that like, oh, I still have another 16 movies to see. Oh, baby. We're approaching the promised land.
We come to this place for magic. We come to AMC theaters to love.
Man, what a movie. I was planning on seeing this anyways, but this was one of those movies that reaffirms having the subscription. If I only were to see this and something else this month, I would have been pretty content with my choices. So the fact that I have to go sit through another 15 movies isn't really deterring me yet, because this one was a good reset. I feel like I'm back at square one in a good way. I'm ready to be heard again by you, AMC. So I'm at a completely new theater here in Trumbull, Connecticut for the first time. AMC Marquee. Hopefully this screen is better. I also believe this is not laser. There are so few laser options here in Connecticut. It's kind of ridiculous. The easiest place for me to go to get laser is New York. This is also a make or break for me today with Screen Unseen. I'm hoping that this can correct course for me. This iteration is gonna be good. All right, let's start with thoughts of the theater. I'm impressed. Honestly, I really liked the interior. What are they hiding? Seats are comfy. The screen, for not being laser, I'm very impressed. There was actually contrast. I didn't know AMC knew what that was. Screen Unseen finally delivered on its promise, which was to have a movie that I went in without knowing much about and still left with an enjoyable time. I am beat though. I really don't see how you do this every week as a normal person. I don't see how this is enjoyable. I don't feel like this added movie is adding much to my overall AMC desire. It is 7:02. I got home. I made myself a sad little quesadilla and I got back in the car to come see Freakier Friday. That's why I'm in this beautifully hideous Andy Warhol Walt Disney shirt. Hoping that this is not the worst 2 hours of my life. This is also the last movie that I could see at Westport this week because everything else would be a repeat. And I'm not seeing kids movies. I'm not seeing The Bad Guys. The theater looks surprisingly packed because it is Discount Tuesday. So maybe it'll be a rowdy affair. Who knows? That movie felt long. and repetitive at a certain point. It's fine. It's okay. If you have Disney Plus, you'll probably watch it at some point. If you like the first movie, you might like this one because apparently it's the same thing. One more movie for week 2. One more. It is 7:58. The movie is at 8:45 and it's a half an hour drive there. Traditionally I'm not typically a fan of like a near 9 o'clock movie start on a work night, on a school night. Maybe this is nice. Maybe there's something I've been missing all along. Maybe that's why they do 4 movies a week, because now at this point, 2 weeks in, I've lowered my expectations so dramatically that honestly it's just a good experience if I walk out of the theater and I don't want to immediately walk into traffic. And that concludes week 2 of this month of 4 movies a week. I'm gonna have to reevaluate if I keep spending time doing this.
People pay good money to see this.
Friday, August 15th, 7 p.m. I'm back after a night off, which is, I think, all I needed in reality. Trying something new this week where I don't book the full week of tickets in one go because I feel like I keep getting a little stressed that I'm going to miss a screening or I got to work my whole day around it. Worked out so far. I'm seeing Shin Godzilla tonight. This is the only movie so far, this challenge, that I'm afraid of falling asleep in. I had to wake up this morning early, like 4:50, to go pick up my mother-in-law from the airport, and I'm starting to feel it a little bit. I'm not going to lie, going to a movie that ends at 10 p.m. on a night where you've been awake since 4:45 a.m., not the best call, but I did survive. I did not fall asleep. Shockingly enough, I wanted to, but I fought through it. I persevered. I shouldn't have eaten all those airheads. I was feeling like Godzilla. This was a fantastic watch. I am so thrilled. I want to watch this again. After my mother's wedding, this is like the exact thing I needed. Just a cinematic spectacle with a lot of heart underneath it. Maybe what I need to start doing is complaining more to the movie gods, and then they'll start giving me more so they don't have to listen to me. Monday, August 18th, it is 6:45 p.m., 15 minutes before yet another Screen Unseen. I think this is the last one for the month when I check the website. The next one, it looks like September 1st. I don't know if they have anything between now and then, but I just have to keep coming to these because it really does make picking movies easier. It's a long one. It's like 2 hours and 13 minutes. Kind of a tough Monday night runtime. Something I will say about Screen Unseen. If you book a ticket for a movie that you don't know what the movie's gonna be, and then within the first 15 minutes to 20 minutes, you walk out of it because you're not having a good time, why book the ticket in the first place? Now, I get if you had like seen it before, sure, I'm not going to the door as people are walking out and asking them why they're leaving. So I guess I may be making the wrong assumption here. But I don't get why people leave these things so readily. Like, just watch the fucking movie. Just give it a chance. Who knows? Maybe in the third act it'll get better or something. I don't know. Did I like the third act of this movie? No. Am I glad I sat through it? Sure. I had a pretty decent time. This is the halfway point. 10 movies in, 10 to go. Honestly, feels pretty good. I go back and forth every single day feeling like, oh, this isn't so bad, and then realizing that, you know what, no, this is kind of a pain. I left the theater here last night feeling great, and as I got back on the highway today to come again, I was just like, why am I doing this? I mean, I don't feel like I did anything today. I worked, I got in the car, I came here. I'm gonna go home, go to sleep, do the same thing tomorrow. When I was booking my ticket, I figured one night of Sydney Sweeney wasn't enough, so I figured I had to go 2 for 2. It's not controversial in the slightest. She's just a good working actress with great American Eagle jeans. I booked Americana. I saw the trailer for this during one of the earlier Screen Unseens, and I said, that looks fine. So here I am. Literally 8 o'clock on the dot. It's kind of weird to come outside and have a little bit of dusk because I'm so used to coming out of here and it's pitch black out, but I'll take this. I've had better theater experiences. This is the second time now I could say at an AMC that somebody has taken a phone call during the movie. Script was fun, performances were great. Paul Walter Hauser, you know what? Keep him coming. I could see a couple more movies with him this year. I think we have a growing and changing portrait of America that filmmakers are starting to contribute to. And this, I think, is another good entry. And that's it for this week from AMC Marquee. I'll be back here next week for my gauntlet of movies. It's going to be quite a long streak, but you know what? This week it treated me well. I had a good time here. What kind of fitness you think they do in there? It is a beautiful day for a movie. Seeing Nobody 2. I have high hopes. I like Bob Odenkirk. I just saw him on Broadway. He was Shelley the Machine Levine. All he needed was a single good lead. That's all he needed, all right? And maybe this is that. Maybe this is that good lead for him to get back on track, to start selling again. This is my final movie for week 3. It could be 12 movies in. I really can't believe that I've stuck through this and that I'm nearing completion. Next week's gonna be brutal. Hopefully this is one that sends me off with the right mentality to come back next week ready to hit the ground running. I'll tell you, 87 North has really gotten some crazy mileage out of the mirror shots. It was a fine sequel. I mean, it's the same exact formula. There's no problem with that. My wife and her mother went, and even they liked it, so you know what? I call that family fun. Bring your kids, bring your parents. This was a perfectly apt Wednesday night movie. Not too long, fast paced. I have really not too many thoughts on it. It was just a good time. This week was the best week yet. 3 of 4 were certified enjoyable times. No, actually, 4 of 4. 4 of 4 I had a good time with. I can't complain with that. On to next week. I actually just watched all the AMC employees leave. I'm literally the last person here. I feel like that's very emblematic of how this is going so far.
All right, look, pay attention, everybody.
Sometimes he's got his cock on me and I can't even tell. I'll stick with my dildo.
It's Monday, August 25th, 2025. The gauntlet of movies begins today.
We're going for the next 4 days, and then I have 3 days to see my final 4 movies before the month is over. I am like so close to being out of movies. Back here at Trumbull, because it's literally the only theater, again, where there are no repeats. It was extremely nice to have a few days off from being here, but I did spend some of that time worried about what movies I was going to see. And also I got invited to a bunch of plans this week, and I had to say no to all of them because I am going to be here. Tonight I'm seeing Clue, and I am not confident which ending it is. I have already forgotten, even though I booked the ticket like an hour and a half ago, but I am fairly excited nonetheless. 8 movies, 7 days. This is gonna be easy. Clue ending 2, absolutely quintessential Monday night movie. It flew by, on rails, so much fun all the way throughout. I really could not have asked for more. I feel like this is the kind of momentum builder that I need going into the remainder of the week. I don't even know what day of August it is. I think today's the 26th. It's the final Tuesday of August. I had such a good time doing a tight 90 last night, I figured I'd do it again tonight. So I'm seeing Honey Don't. I'm moderately excited for this. The trailer seemed okay. I should really stop making predictions before entering the theater. I mean, this wasn't like a horrible time. It was fine. I honestly thought the best character in the whole movie was Shuggy, and it's not because I was basically wearing his outfit by accident. And you know what? I'm already halfway through the week. It could be way worse. It's Wednesday, August 27th. Today was a tough day of selecting a movie. I had to go with Jackie Chan's new movie, The Shadow's Edge. This was the only time I had seen it appear all month. This movie is 2 hours and 24 minutes, which means if it starts at 9:15, I'm not getting home until at least midnight. The earliest if I'm lucky, and then I gotta be up early for work again tomorrow. Today's the day where it's gonna get to me. Just got home at 12:15, but you know what? That was worth it. I am so shocked at how much fun that movie was. I'm glad I knew nothing about it. I'm glad I went to go see it. It's pretty crazy what Jackie is able to do at 70 years old, especially because I can't even do not even a fraction of that at a tender 28. I don't know what else is gonna come after this, but, well, I do know. My bad. I'm back at Sono 8. I know I vowed to never come here again, but I simply need to get a good night's sleep tonight, and the only place that was showing a movie at a reasonable hour was here. So I'm coughing up the $3, and I'm calling it a night. I'm seeing The Toxic Avenger. I know literally nothing about this movie. I'm ready for this to be done. I thought I had good movie watching conditioning, but this is testing me to my limit, so I'm just so ready to be finished with this. This is it. I'm almost there. You know, I haven't seen 12 Angry Men. I haven't seen The Apartment. Haven't seen Happy Gilmore. Haven't seen Shrek 2. All are in the watch list. All are supposed to be good movies. I haven't even seen the original Toxic Avenger. But now I can say that I have seen The Toxic Avenger unrated. We're finally in the end game. It's week 5. I feel like I can see the horizon. My life is coming back to me. I won't be spending every waking hour I have thinking about my AMC schedule for the week. I'm here for the first time at AMC Landmark. I'm in Stamford, home of a Dunder Mifflin branch. The movie tonight is Neja 2. I know I said I wasn't going to do a kids movie. I really thought I wasn't going to. But I think this is deserving of a watch. I mean, for starters, it is the highest grossing film of all time in China. And seeing as it's time we all start learning Mandarin, I feel like it's good to see what the culture has to say. I'm definitely home a whole lot later than I hoped to be. It's 11:35 currently, but the movie was excellent. I really enjoyed it. It's visually stunning. I wish it was subbed and not dubbed, but we'll take what we can get. And even with the dubs, it was actually still pretty great. The Landmark Theater is, I didn't like it. The seats don't really recline, which I don't care about. I like sitting upright, but I also felt like they were too stacked on top of one another. It was like I was on an airplane, and I was just too close to the screen where I spent most of the movie like this. So even though AMC tried to bring me down, couldn't do it. Could not ruin my night. Najah 2, what a movie. 3 left. This ends today. It's Saturday, August 30th, and I've decided that I'm officially finishing this challenge today. I'm overcoming here on every waking moment that I have, so I'd rather just fire through these last 3 in one shot and take a day for myself tomorrow, relax, not even look at a screen, just fade off into oblivion in the comfort of my own home. I'm back here at AMC Trumbull. I think this has become my new #1 theater, so I'm happy to finish this thing off here. Also, it opens the earliest, so I feel like I can actually get back to my apartment at a reasonable time, and that's pretty good enough for me. The first movie of the day is Jaws at 11:30, which I feel like is a perfect movie to start a weekend with. Pretty cool that they're doing a re-release, also wild that it's 50 years old. I'm not even 50. I booked my movies back to back in a way that makes me a little bit nervous. Kind of like when you book a flight and you have a layover, and it's just too close where if something goes wrong, you know you're going to be shot running through the airport or just having to reschedule a flight altogether. So I'm hoping that's not going to be the case today, but I would be lying if I said that last night didn't spook me a little bit. Oh yeah, my bad, I forgot to mention. Last night the screen died right in the middle of Najah 2, resulting in an unexpected 30-minute intermission, and then AMC decided to restart the movie 30 minutes earlier than when we were, so I got to rewatch everything that I already saw. Yeah, I must have blocked that out. But I have high hopes. This theater has not let me down yet. I don't think today's going to be the day where it starts. 3 movies, 8 to 9 hours in this theater, and then I'm home free. I don't know if you can see this, but it is about 2:10. I have a very limited amount of time before the next movie starts. Wow, what a perfect Saturday morning, late summer New England movie experience. So much better watching it on the big screen with great sound. I forgot how funny it was. Excellent performances, crazy cinematography. I mean, Spielberg is just a master, a cinema great. I am starving. I am so hungry. I should have probably ate breakfast, but now that it's 2 o'clock, I just have to hope that I can make it through the day on my little snack I brought. I'm thrilled to already be heading right back into another movie. I do wish I had a little bit of time to process just how good that was, but that's not what today's about. It's about immediately getting back into another seat in a different screening room, one after another. Okay, movie 2 down. Honestly, this has been a pretty easy breezy day of film watching. Caught Stealing was honestly better than I anticipated. I think I was just so fatigued from seeing the trailer repeatedly that I had really lowered my expectations for no reason other than the same bits had gotten stale. But I think that's just a consequence of going to the movie so much. I don't think that's a problem of the trailer itself. Currently 4:50. I got about 25 minutes until the showtime of The Roses. The scheduling today, I got to give myself a pat on the back. This is working out pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, as I walked into the theater for the final time, I did feel a sudden ping of melancholy strike me. While it was mostly drowned out by preemptive relief, I couldn't help but think that this might be the most theater going I'll ever get to do in a short chunk of time. You know, for all the frustrating travel and repeat trailers, I felt like I was doing something I really wanted to, not just the thing that's convenient. We get really aggravated lately because we've allowed the nerdiest little gremlins to tell us that even the slightest bit of effort is uncool, and we've let them convince us that freedom is unlimited options, causing choice paralysis and splintering shared culture. And this singular month was a chance for me to finally feel like I was exhibiting a bit of rebellion against that. And then it was over. What a movie to end it on. A movie about divorce as I begin to separate myself from AMC. And a resolution much like the one that I'm finding for this challenge, which is I just need it. As much as I hate it, as much as it fills me with despair to have only these theaters near me, it's better than no theaters at all. And if this is all I got, then it's gonna be okay. I wasn't expecting to say this, but I'm proud to be an A-lister. We had a good run, AMC. You'll be seeing me again soon.